And I think this is a particularly interesting question because I haven't really considered an innovative culture at the UN World Food Programme. And earlier in this interview, we talked about the difference between radical innovation and incremental innovation, and that you're very much focused on the latter. We've mentioned about improvements in filing and printing as very basic and lean, you've called them, and simple approaches to innovation, but absolutely fundamentally important to all of your offices, which stretch over 125 countries. So I think this is quite a pivotal question, really. And I'm interested in how does the UN World Food Programme keep innovating to improve its operations and processes? How do you do that now?
I think understanding what our beneficiaries' needs are, I think that is really key. And bringing it back a little bit to even within my team, one of the ways that I make sure that we keep the innovation wheel moving is making sure that they go out there in the field and not just sit in HQ all the time, but go out there in the field, go on missions and get to understand what the mandate is and how the programs are being implemented. I think being in that space helps you understand and helps you know what kind of innovative ideas to implement and how to even be innovative. Because sometimes I think when you are a bit too removed from the people you are supporting as a function, you tend to come to a standstill because whatever ideas you're coming up with is ideas that are not realistic and they cannot support that functional need. So I think understanding the people, the beneficiaries, and being there with them and knowing what they need, I think that is one of the ways that we can keep innovating, and also being aware of where technology is going and where what the emerging trends are in the industry. I think that is really key for us as an organization. For an international organization, I think sometimes you kind of forget a little bit because you're so huge, you're so diverse, so you think you have everything you need in that space, and it kind of you create a bubble for yourself that excludes all the new ideas that are going on there in the industries. Listening to events like your interviews and podcasts and going to conferences and networking with other people to know what other organizations are doing and how people are managing their facilities and supporting the organizations. I think it is one of the good ways. Just go outside of that bubble to be able to keep your knowledge base, fresh all the time. I think that's the best way we could keep innovating.
So it roundly comes to the point of communication again, doesn't it? It's actually learning and then communicating and listening to all the people that are spread out all around. So that's very useful. Thank you, Christa.